Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Bounce Back Diaries. That's a podcast dedicated to entrepreneurs, investors, and business owners who either looking into Middle East, are already here doing mistakes. This basically to help to understand that mistakes are a big part of success, and there is no success without failures. And I've started this podcast, and I keep on inviting my friends, entrepreneurs who have succeeded, who does mistakes as well. But anyway, today I have a good friend of mine and someone who I've been knowing for ages. And as we said today, finally he's here.
Finally, yeah. It took some
Denis,
time.
it is. So Denis Skvartsov,
Well, I made it easy for
English
English
speaking.
speaking. I changed my name on Instagram to Donovan.
Donovan.
Donovan, easier.
Donovan. Very easy. Yeah, for English speaking. Okay. So for those who been watching it in English, I'm gonna watch it in English. So this is Donovan, Mr. Donovan, and yeah, welcome. Let's start with a small intro for those who doesn't know you, and then I'll introduce you.
Sure. Well, first of all, Timur, I've been a witness of your journey for many years.
Thank you.
Yeah, we know each other literally for 10 plus years, and it happened to be that, yeah, both of us came here
Yeah.
like with nothing and uh, going through struggles,
Yeah, a lot.
to grind, working really hard, going up and down, and I'm very excited for your journey.
Thank you.
It happened to be that we don't meet that often.
But I think that's the beauty of friendship. So you meet once in a while, but then
Drop the knowledge and stuff, and yeah, congrats with all the things that you are doing. Amazing
Thanks.
job, and it's a big privilege for me to be here today.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So back to you. As Denis Donovan said, we've been knowing each other for quite some time, and yes, it is a true for me, as you said. Back a compliment to you. Every time I talk basically about success within real estate, the real estate market, or even sharing anything to my team, I always send them your YouTube channel, and I said, look, when you talk about developing your personal brand, or when you because you have built quite a career of an expert. I mean, you started
Yep,
not to
yep, yep, yep.
sell. It wasn't a direct sales. Please come buy from me. It was you being an expert. So let's move back to you. So can you introduce yourself to those who doesn't know you, what you do, and your journey?
Okay, so where I am right now. So right now I'm a co-founder of the platform. It's a PropTech startup. Basically, throughout the years that I had in real estate, I've faced a lot of problems, and I know the industry very well. And right now we are building a solution that will help all the players in the market to be more efficient. Basically, we're building the platform that helps developers to sell their stock fast and in a more efficient way through the agents.
Yeah.
Real estate industry is the biggest industry in the world. It's $30 trillion industry, but
Wow.
still we are using a very, very old technology over there.
Excel sheets.
Excel sheets, yes. And right now, in the age of AI and the age of the technology, still it's a shame to receive an Excel file from the developer with the availability of what is there.
Yeah.
So basically, we are trying to automate all this stuff, and we are providing the tools to the agents that makes them more efficient. And this is where I'm focused at the moment. But if we'll discuss my previous experience, I had more than 10 years of experience in the real estate in Dubai.
Wow.
Was one of the top agents.
You are still, I believe, no?
Well, I'm not focused on the sales at the moment because it's difficult to do both.
Yeah.
I'm still managing some of the portfolios of my big clients because I cannot
Leave them or pass them.
yes to somebody else. But mainly I focus purely on the platform. But yeah, I had a very good career in the real estate. And as you mentioned, I managed to build some kind of brand over there. I was one of the first one who started using YouTube to promote myself.
Yeah.
And
Basically, building a personal brand, I have learned it from you, to be honest. I mean, that was the best way to sell. So you build a community around you. You don't do direct sales. you talk about real estate, you talk about what is it on the market, and then people follow, right? So then they come. So yeah, please carry on.
Yeah. And and throughout, I think YouTube was the biggest tool for me to grow the brand and to get a recognition as well on the market. Like a lot of agents comes to me right now and they say, "Hey, I got to know about the market because of you." And even recently, I was on a Christmas party, and everybody were raising the toasts.
Yeah.
And one guy raised the toast, and he said, and he's a uber successful agent, very
Okay.
successful, yeah. And he raised the toast and he said, "And by the way, I came here because I was inspired by you, Dennis." Oh,
Wow.
you too.
Yeah.
So obviously, I was making the content for the clients, but a lot of agents saw it, and it helped a lot of them. And right now, yes, I'm trying to take care of the agents as well,
Yeah.
helping them to be more efficient. And this is basically what I'm doing at the moment.
So I heard about the platform, and what is it called?
Really,
Really? So, really?
really,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, can you explore more on the name? Where did it come from? And you said you are a co-founder. So, how did the journey start? Because regardless of the project or regardless of the startup, so people believe that UAE is the fostering place for startups, where people now relocate.
It's now starts to
Yeah.
be. Yeah.
So how did it started with you?
With me,
Why?
okay.
Yeah.
So with me, like, it was like an interesting journey for me. First of all, I received a message from one guy, and he approached me because I was noticeable on the social media. Like,
Yeah.
uh,
So it worked as well this way.
yeah, and I was receiving a lot of messages from the agents. Hey, help me to find the job. Help me to do this. And then somebody, hey, I have a project. I have this. Like, take a look. And usually I was ignoring these messages.
Okay.
But on that day, I had a very big sale in Royal Atlantis. So I sold something there, and I thought it's time to relax for me in the evening to chill out.
Yeah.
And I told the guy, hey, let's catch up. As usually, I don't entertain such messages because I was receiving a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so I met with the guy, and within few minutes, I was telling him, "Look, I need it right now. I'm ready to pay for it. I'm ready to help you. Like, what do you need? Whom do you want me to connect you with?
Yeah.
With the developers, with the company owners? I need this solution right now." So the solution that he told me back in the days that, hey, I'm building a centralized platform where you can get all information about all developers in one place.
Yeah.
So if you're an active agent, it takes you a lot of time to find inventory.
Property finder by you to
It's
be
secondary market.
This is secondary market.
On the primary
The
market.
reason why I highlight them just to make sure what's the difference.
So on the primary market, like, let's say you are an agent and you receive an inquiry from the client who wants a 2-bedroom on the waterfront.
Okay.
You know very well that there are 5 developers that have this stock.
Yeah.
But you don't know what is actually available over there. And to find out what is available, you need to take your phone and call to the sales representative of the developer and ask him what is available, what is not.
Yeah.
And maybe that guy or girl is on a meeting right now.
Yeah.
So it takes forever to put the offer to your client.
Yeah.
Sometimes more than 24 hours. And it's unacceptable right now.
Yeah.
And
Because the client gonna call somebody else.
yes, yeah. And I saw that with this tool, I as an agent can become way more efficient.
Wow.
So good agents will be able to close even more.
Okay.
Because we will be able to work with more clients. And really like this idea. And initially, I became like a big supporter of the idea. Then I
Yeah,
became
a brand ambassador.
we can say so.
Yeah.
Then I became an investor
Yeah.
over there, and then after multiple meetings here and there, like the guys invited me to become a co-founder.
Wow.
And I decided, wow, it's actually an interesting journey for the real estate agent, because at some point, like, you realize that there is no like any like career path over there.
Yeah.
You can increase the ticket
Yeah.
of the sales. But again, it's still in the sales, and sometimes you get tired of it.
But let me ask you this question then, because I've seen multiple agents. They work for the company, they build their career, they make money, and then the moment they decide, okay, I have my own clients, they start their own company. Why haven't you chosen this path?
It's like experienced agent understand that it's not the right path to go.
Okay.
and I had never had any ambition to own the real estate company because I know very well that I'm a very bad manager.
Okay.
I like to do my stuff.
Hey guy, me, worst manager. Okay.
Yeah. And it takes a lot of dedication to do the admin work.
And energy away.
Yeah. So if you are a good agent, a good salesperson, it's better to focus on the sales. And
So I want to highlight on this, whoever's gonna watch it. So when you are a great salesperson, when you close deals, it still doesn't make you a great manager.
Oh,
Doesn't mean that you can manage
no,
people.
and it's the biggest mistake of the companies when they take the top performing agents and they tell them, "Hey, become a manager."
Okay. When we started a real estate company, I did this mistake. So I was introduced to a really great salesperson. Like he was a great closer, a great broker, but I think that he didn't grow to leading people. When he hired the team was useless just because the guy was just closing everything by himself and became one man show. Yeah.
It's a huge Well, if you think about it, it's kind of there is a logic behind it, but it doesn't really work.
Yeah.
It's completely two different set of skills. Completely two different set of skills. So I had like we can say I had my support team. I had like two assistants that were helping me with my clients, and with this team I was doing like very well.
Yeah.
And in order for me to to grow, like I could hire more assistants who would help me to manage the
But it's
clients.
still gonna be you closing.
Yeah, but at some point you already getting tired
Yeah.
of it a little bit, and I thought that wow, that's actually an incredible opportunity for me to learn something new, to develop myself as a person,
Yeah.
and like in the beginning I was doing it like we can say
Part-time.
part-time, but slowly I moved to the full-time because at some point we start to face a problem where I was going to meet the owner of the real estate company,
Yeah.
and they knew, hey Denis, but you are the agent in that big company.
Yeah.
I don't feel
Comfortable.
comfortable with you, do business with you.
Of course.
Maybe you will take my agents, maybe you do something else, and then I realize, okay, it's time to say goodbye.
Stealing data, yeah.
Or something like this. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's time to say goodbye to that big company and to dedicate myself to the platform.
Okay. So now you are a co-founder and fully dedicated to developing an AI tech, PropTech platform, which is going to help all the players on the market, developers, real estate agents, even buyers, most probably at later stage, or it's mostly for real estate and developers?
Look, we are doing a B2B platform.
Yeah.
There is a reason behind it. We don't want to go to the B2C market.
Yeah.
When you go to the B2C market, you need to have a very deep pocket for the marketing
Yeah.
to attract attention of the customers.
Yeah.
And this is actually the reason why real estate agencies exist.
Yeah.
So if you think about it, developers, basically, they can pay for the marketing themselves.
Yeah.
But what they're saying, hey, agents, sell our properties, we will pay you money.
Yeah.
And we don't want to compete with the real estate agencies.
And their deep pockets. Yeah.
Yeah. Let them work with the customers. We will just make their agents more efficient.
Yeah.
So I believe that in a year or two, we will not have anymore these big companies with 100, 200, 300 people.
Yeah.
There will be 20 very good agents who will be able to to convert all these huge traffics that are coming in, obviously because of we have AI right now.
Yeah.
And it will really cut a lot of cost for the company owners.
Yeah, I was thinking more and more about, even preparing for this podcast, I was thinking about real estate market in generally. So majority of business owners I met, those who relocated to Dubai, decided to start real estate agency, and they went to the same path. Like they see the big agencies throwing a lot of money into marketing, hiring 200, 300 agents, and they trying to keep up with them, forgetting that they are much longer on the market. They can afford to throw this much money on the market. So they trying to keep up with them, taking big office spaces, hiring agents, trying to...
huge mistake, yeah.
And then they fail. In a year or so, they try to close.
A lot of companies are being closed right now.
Yeah.
Lots of them, yeah.
and in generally real estate market, because I'm sure this podcast will go to a community of investors to understand the real estate market. So everyone talks differently. It's a bubble. It's not a bubble. More markets opening up. Russell Hamer with their upcoming casino, and then Palm Jubilee. How is, because now you are looking into real estate more from the investors part, where you're developing a platform, so you're investing money into the platform. You're trying to understand the needs of agents. So how's the real estate market doing now, today, 2025?
Well, it's doing incredibly well.
Mm-hmm.
If we'll take a look in 2024, we beat all the records, previous records. But the fact that it's doing extremely well doesn't mean that it's a good market for the investor.
Okay.
We still need to pay attention what is like what is happening in general, and like if we will touch the point of the investors, what is the right strategy for them right now?
Yeah.
In my opinion, well, in my opinion, right now it's better to play very safe,
Mm-hmm.
and to like as I mentioned that I have I'm managing a portfolio of some clients. Yeah,
Yeah.
there we don't really consider at the moment new
Buy.
launches.
Yeah.
We are just getting some of the units that being on the resale from the owners who bought before.
Yeah. Like
And
distress deals sort of
distress
stuff.
deals, yes, and they
Distress deals, for those who doesn't know, when the property is available for sale and the person is selling it at 20, 15, 30% discount sometimes because he can't afford carry on paying if it's a mortgage, or he just needed to
yeah,
exit.
there is no specific like percentage that
Yeah.
needs to be there to clarify. So distress is just a very good deals,
Okay.
lower than the market,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's possible to catch some of them because it takes really right now like a lot of you need to get a lot of information to identify the right project where you want to invest.
Analytics.
Yes, and it's difficult. And while you have these deals that are popping up here and there,
Yeah.
you can get something very interesting.
Will really, at later stage, most probably because of AI and technology you guys implementing, and having and collecting all the data, because when agents will be using the platform, they will be using it and searching for certain properties. You will be collecting, accumulating
Of course, yeah.
a lot of data. Will that also help at later stage to have some analytics from really?
100%. Like imagine that like you are the new developer,
Yeah.
yeah, and with our help we can tell you, hey Timur, by some reason we don't know why, but analytics shows this that agents are looking for the two beds in in this area,
Yes.
and some of these details can be logical, but some of them we can find out that this is actually strange.
Why in this area?
Why in this
Yeah,
area?
yeah.
And somebody can definitely capitalize on this.
Of course.
And big data is a big thing in the real estate.
I always say, I mean, I really admire what you do and the path moving, not just setting up another agency where you will be a superstar, an owner of the agency, gonna hire, train the team, spend time and energy. And by the time you will realize that you're just managing the same portfolio of clients, spending time and energy to managing people, and most probably you will be end up making same if not less amount of money because keeping the team. So moving towards technology, because I always say, like, when back in the years in 2006 when I started the concierge service company, in 2 years I realized that this is not what gonna make me a billionaire. It's not gonna be $1 billion company because there is no tech. I mean, you can add applications into concierge, you can add, but those are just additional tools for the client. And especially in concierge service or real estate, clients prefers to speak to you. I mean, he doesn't want to upload one more ad and talk to someone. But technology in general, if you don't add technology in whatever way, your company will come to no existence in some point.
That's for sure, yeah.
So PropTech and AI catching that train was the best way to
Big time, big
capitalize.
time. And you know, like I've spent quite a lot of time last year in States.
Okay.
I was like in Silicon Valley. I was attending different conferences, and I've realized one like very important thing is that um, right now I will never like start to build or continue to build a business that you cannot sell.
Mm-hmm.
And real estate agency, you
Exit
cannot
strategy.
sell. You
Yes.
cannot sell. Doesn't matter how well it's doing, you cannot sell it.
Oh,
There are some cases where there are real estate agencies that are listed on like stock exchange companies like
yeah.
Nasdaq.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is a case with the company that's called EXP,
Okay.
one of the biggest real estate agencies in states. But they have completely different business model where you don't depend on the agents, where you don't depend on the managers, you don't have a lot of expenses, etc., etc., etc. So throughout this experience, I realized that yes, it's so important to have a business, to build a business, even if you don't want to sell it at the moment. But it's good to build it in a way that you will be able to sell it.
Where you can attract investors, exit some, put it, make it public, IPO. So, but what's the strategy? I mean, not now maybe, but for really, is it going IPO? Is it selling to a bigger player at some point? What's you and co-found? If it's not a secret.
No, it's not a secret. It's not a secret. Look, first of all, to make some things very straight, like we're definitely building this to sell it.
100%.
Yeah, it's our ultimate goal. We don't want to keep it for
Yeah.
for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there are several ways how it can be sold. Yeah,
Yeah.
and being in Dubai and having an agenda of the government where they said, hey, we need to build 30 unicorns by 2031
Yeah.
or 30. Yeah, and
Yeah, it's 30. Yeah.
being in the city that has like the most interesting real estate market, we understand like, hey, let's jump on this train and let's build something and let's bring it to the IPO.
Yeah.
Obviously, for us, we are the first time founders
Yeah.
that built a venture capital startup.
Yeah.
And for us, this journey is very exciting. But we believe that like we can do it. And throughout already like several difficult months here
Yeah.
and there, we realized that maybe at this stage we are so flexible where we can divert, we can pivot
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah, our ultimate goal is to go to the IPO. Yeah.
Okay, good. So when you say a co-founder, means that there are other co-founders. How many of you guys there?
There are three of us.
3 co-founders, and each of you have a certain role within the company, or you just
Let's put it this way: each of us brings different
expertise.
expertise on the table,
Okay.
and we have an incredible mix of expertise.
Okay.
Completely different people. And this is my first experience to work with the partners, and I realized that I will not be able to pull it myself.
Okay.
It's impossible, and it's so good to have a co-founder. And
Yeah.
even like by talking with the venture capital like funds,
Yeah.
they as well pay attention. Are you there the only guy who's doing it, or
Yeah.
there is a co-founder?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the co-founder really helps you a lot in different scenarios. And even when like sometimes you feel down,
Yeah.
but your co-founder is good. On another day, he's like feels
Yeah.
down. Hey, you push each
So
other.
it does help.
It helps. It definitely helps a lot.
Do you have misunderstandings? Do you have?
Oh, bro, we fight all the time,
Okay.
but we have a very constructive fights.
Okay.
Very and I believe our teams love when we fight,
Okay.
because there is one argument against another argument, and we're fighting over the arguments.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we need to do this.
It's nothing personal. Business,
Let's
yeah.
do this. Hey, no, let's do this. Oh, okay, yeah, makes sense. And
Yeah.
we are open to hear another opinion, and it's not like we say no, my opinion is
Yeah.
is only is
Yeah.
only the right one. And yeah, as I said, like we have different skills. Like for example, I have a high level of empathy.
Okay.
Yeah, when we are on a meeting with somebody, I can feel another person, what
Yeah.
he feels, how he feels, etc.
Yeah.
My partner has a lower level of empathy, and sometimes it helps a lot
Yeah.
when it helps.
Because he doesn't take it on the emotions. So
Yeah, and
Cold-blooded.
he's like, hey, let's ask this guy to do
Yeah,
this.
yeah.
And I feel, look, it's and maybe
It's
it's not the
not the
right,
best time.
not the best time to ask him to do this. And
Yeah.
this is, imagine somebody very, very influential,
Yeah, yeah,
to do something.
yeah.
And he said, no, let's try it. And he's like doing this, and that guy who I was thinking he will say no,
Yeah, it
he,
works because
he's doing this.
he take it with the cold blood without empathy.
Yeah,
Wow. Okay, that's a good combination.
a very good combination. Yeah.
And so, since really now occupies 100% of your time, and you started, as you said, moved to Dubai in 2011, and you've seen Dubai from different angles with all the ups and downs and market change and crashes. I think you faced the economic crash in 2014.
Yep.
13, 14, when the market went down, and um, the main idea of a podcast, especially now when we touch the startups, right? Starting startup in Dubai, it definitely has its own cost. It's not like starting startup in our countries,
Yeah.
right? So where you minimize the cost, minimize expenses. Having startup in Dubai, having co-founders, having the team, what challenges you faced at the beginning? Because the guy came to you, proposed you an idea, you liked it, you understand that this is something you can use. You started slowly, gradually as an investor, as a support, as an investor, then moved to co-founding, becoming a partner, having shares, having a vote at the table. So what challenges did you guys face at the beginning? Was it fundraising? Was it funds in general? How did it go? Because there are so many stories. I meet different startups at different stages.
You want to be specifically on Reelly?
Oh no, generally on.
I can tell you one of my previous experience, and then we can jump on Reelly, because in Reelly there are a lot of things to discuss.
Okay.
But I think there is an interesting story
Please,
that
this
I
is
went
what I wanted.
through Corona time.
Okay.
And so when Corona happened, everybody said, "Okay, now you don't know
You
what to
wanted
do."
to
Like,
save.
you don't know what to do. You don't know what will happen with the real estate market, etc.
Yeah.
And I was thinking, what can I do when everything is locked and everybody is scared
Yeah.
about the virus and stuff? And I think I've done an incredible job. And by the way, I thought, okay, I have an expertise in marketing,
Yeah.
because I was doing Instagram ads and Facebook ads.
Yeah.
To
By yourself.
Yeah, to drive
Leads.
leads, yes. And I was very good in the CRM and the lead conversion. So in my CRM, I had back in the days, even right now, people are not using it, but I had already back in the days like automatic replies on different things.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so I had this expertise, and I was thinking, okay, what should I do? And I ended up opening a company who was providing disinfection services
Okay.
to everybody. Yeah. And I bought the equipment, and then I realized, wait, I need to have a license for this thing.
Okay.
And I already bought an equipment, which was a mistake. And by equipment, it was something to spray.
Yeah, disinfectors.
The thing. And when I realized that I need to have a license for this thing, and there is no way to do it without it, I thought, okay, let me provide leads to the companies who are doing these services.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've built an incredible platform for this. I had a disinfect.ai, the website.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I was getting a lot of leads, and I approached these companies who has these services, and I asked them, okay, how much do you charge for this, and that?
Yeah.
Okay, we're charging this much. Okay. And I'm telling them, look, I will sell your services with the markup. Markup is mine. I'm giving you the volume.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had this very small team. Basically, I had only one assistant who was helping me to reply all the answers. Basically, like, you click on the ad, you end up in the WhatsApp chat. Hey, do you want to disinfect office or apartment? Apartment, how many bedrooms? This many bedrooms. When? Today. Okay, this costs that much. And the order was coming to the company, and the company were coming to do the disinfection.
Wow.
I was so proud of myself that we managed to have all these thing working extremely well. Because, well, actually, it was an easy task because everybody was afraid of this, and if you
Everyone needed.
and you know where to pull it, like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
be
So,
careful.
but look, you used the market opportunity. Not everyone did this. So please carry on. Okay.
So for the marketing perspective, it was relatively easy, and I had this incredible machine. Like basically, you put money here, you
Yeah.
take a lot of money from here.
It's an ATM.
Yeah, and I was thinking I will set up everything in the way where I really can sell it, so
Okay.
I can give it to
As an
somebody.
exit. Yeah.
Yeah, and I back in the days, like it's a lockdown. You have no idea for how long this lockdown will take place.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll have to spend like years,
Exactly.
like this. In fact, some countries spend years
Yeah.
in the I think Australia had a very long lockdown. Maybe I'm wrong.
Some countries in Europe they also had
So I was building even SEO. Like I paid some guys like, hey, let me ranked high and stuff. And the mistake that I did over there, that there was a perfect time to exit, but you know about it only when the time passed.
Yeah, you didn't exit on time. Yeah.
And I remember I called to the guy who was my main contractor.
Yeah.
Incredible guy. He had a lot of businesses, a very good businessman, a local entrepreneur. And I called him and I told him, hey, I'm thinking to come back to the real estate. Would you like to buy all this, like what I
The
have?
setup,
Like,
yeah.
Look, here you put the money, here you get the orders, like
Yeah.
everything is automated. I said, Denis, I'm thinking to come to my main business as well. And there I'm having all this. And by the way, I took all the money that we're generating and I'm putting it back in the SEO. There.
So you reinvested in the business without. Okay.
Yes, I didn't took anything out of it.
Okay.
And then I was sitting with this thing that like kind of working, but now nobody really cares about.
Nobody needs it.
All these things, and I was thinking, yeah, this is
Say
actually
it,
a good lesson.
Say fuck.
It took me longer than it's supposed to. Yeah.
And what happened after? You just shut it down?
Yeah, no request for
But
disinfections anymore.
was there no chance to use the same? But basically, yeah. So it was your skills. But look, it's a good.
No, the thing is that then the real estate market picked up big time.
Yeah.
So I understood, like, let me focus on the real estate rather than
Yeah.
on this, because in real estate I can make.
But do you use the same marketing strategies in real estate when you were an agent? Were you generating your own leads for you while working in the company? Were you using the same knowledge and
Yes.
strategies?
I was generating myself. It's a good skill to acquire, but if you're talking about the agents and agents, if agents are watching, I don't think agents should do this. It's the responsibility
Of the company. If you are hired by the company, it is their job to generate leads. Your job is to close the
And come
deals.
on, like back in the days, you pay like 20 dirhams per lead.
Okay.
Now it's $200 per lead.
Yeah.
And actually talking about some regrets, I really regret that back in the days I didn't spend more money on the marketing.
Okay.
And
When it was cheaper.
when it was cheaper,
Yeah.
So how I approached it, that I was like putting like $1,000. I was getting some leads, I was closing some deals, and then again I was putting, while I had to put a lot of money,
Much more.
and provide the leads to somebody else, and it was as well.
So you could have
lesson.
used the same strategy you did with disinfection, but basically in real estate, putting money here, selling the leads to other agents, and maybe closing with them.
Yeah. Back in the days, it could work very well, and I had a very good funnel, by the way, where I was leveraging my YouTube channel. So
Hold on a second. I want to highlight on the skills you did, what you did through Corona, because not everyone. I know personally entrepreneurs, business owners with huge experience, who just put their hands down and they said, okay, there's nothing else I can do. Because I think it takes an entrepreneurial skill, or that's something deep inside when you sit and you think, okay, how do I live? How do I feed myself? How do I provide for my family? What can I do? And the best way at that time to do is to use your own skills. I mean, what do you know the best? You know how to generate leads. Okay, where do you generate leads? You generate leads for something is required. You could start getting into those deals like selling masks and gloves, or you could just utilize your skills. So bravo on that, 100%. And
Thank
I
you.
really admire when people come out of their comfort zone. The second thing when you say, because when you keep on saying about the funnels, because there are people watching now, and when you said the agents shouldn't do that, but you know how the market it is today. So the guys are sitting in business centers and trying to work out and generate leads. They use LinkedIn now to generate leads. They use other strategies. So what would you advise them? Because I know that if I would be an agent who just moved here from anywhere else and I see the market and I want to start, I would definitely follow your advice. How do I build my own funnel? Because I want to close. I work for the company. Not every company nowadays, there are several of them who has budget for marketing. What about those small companies where they keep the agents, they provide them with the office, they provide them with the license, they give them RERA ID, RERA the ID for brokers. They don't give them leads. I heard this from thousands and thousands of agents I met. They say, "Oh, I work for the company, but I have to generate my own leads." So using your funnels, isn't it something you can also now? I don't know. I know you don't want to, but do you still have that records of your funnels, how it works? Do you want to convert that to knowledge as
Uh,
well?
Look, one of the biggest part of Really is education. And
Okay.
we are providing the education to the agents. Yeah. To answer your question, if you really want to do something related to the marketing, like I can share something with you,
Yeah.
but I sincerely believe that when it comes to the primary market, the agent needs to focus
On
on
closing deals.
on closing deals. Some of the I recently had a meeting with one guy whom as well know for many years, and I admire his work. He was a successful agent, and he managed to build a very good structure in his real estate company where his agents are only closing, and he
Okay.
has a customer support that doing the after sales service. Because if you are a successful agent, after some time you will find yourself doing a lot of admin work. That is not money generating thing. It's
Yeah.
bad for the company. It's bad for the agent.
Yeah.
So if you remove a lot of things from your top performer from your agents, let's put it this way, uh, it's proven to be way more efficient.
Okay.
And for the agent, I would advise first of all to understand: do you want to work on the secondary market or you want to work on the primary market? And if you
Okay.
want to work on the primary market, go find the company that is providing you leads.
Okay.
Another thing is that everybody should understand that everywhere leads are bad.
Yeah. When
Uh,
people say, ah, yeah, they give leads, but leads
they
are
have
bad.
high expectations of the leads. Agents have a very high expectation of the leads, but yeah, somebody should be like the best person who speaks with a lot of them
Yeah.
and find a way to communicate with them.
Okay. So there is no easy way when you say I want to start the real estate. There is no easy way when you think, okay, if I join a big company, they give me leads, I just close, I share 50-50, 60-40. So it doesn't work this way. There's always something to learn. So really does education. We'll have an education platform to educate agents on how to build their own funnels, how to develop, how to grow personally. That's great. And
And what is well very important in our type of education that you can find tons of videos on YouTube or everywhere else
yeah,
about sales, about negotiation, about even social media.
yeah,
But it's almost not it's normal. It's impossible to find something related to the local market.
true.
Hey, how did you close this client from Iran? Hey,
Yeah,
how did you close this client over there?
yeah,
Hey, why he choose this project, not that project?
yeah.
And there we approach top performing agents, company owners, where they share this information.
Okay.
And yeah, if before I was getting a lot of recognition from the YouTube channel, now agents are approaching me and saying, "Hey, Dennis, thank you for that podcast.
Okay.
I've done the same. I closed 3 villas over there.
Nice.
Amazing."
So you are converting basic your knowledge into education now,
Yeah.
because I believe that's another stage. We all reached the stage where now we want to share the knowledge, and really allows you to do both. Share the knowledge, close the pain of agents, because you were one of them before. So, as a closing, as a summary of our podcast, I believe really has great potential, and I believe there is a
Yeah,
lot
we
to
didn't touch
discuss.
bad things about Really, but
Yeah,
maybe in the next
but
episode.
why not? No, 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 no. Let's. I was about to say that because we're still gonna cut it into different episodes. So failures into really mistakes. What did you face, guys? Challenges, couple of them.
The challenges, you know what I realize as some of the biggest challenges is that a lot of them are related in the expectations.
Okay.
So I was a guy who was making a lot of money from the real estate.
Yes.
Yeah. And when I was jumping, obviously I had a plan.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, by this point we will have these results.
Yeah.
This thing will happen.
Yeah.
This partner will come in.
Yeah.
And on several occasions throughout like a year, like I resigned in February last year. Yeah, we had a dramatic things related to this. Like, you know, we thought if we have a lot of agents will be equal to a lot of sales.
Okay.
Then we realized that sales might happen, but we don't have registrations on the platform. We are not tracking it properly, how we're supposed to do it. And obviously we are trying to adjust here, think another thing here. Then we found out that even if you have agents who like the project, sometimes they need to have leads.
Yeah.
So we need to have a leadership as well in the game. And we realized what can we provide to the leaders, to the company owners, how we can help them, because actually nobody thinks about them.
Okay.
Everybody thinks about developer and about the agent, but there is a company owner who pays for the marketing and who have this Monday morning meetings, and they can say, hey, sell this project. And our business model is we are getting commission from the developers. This is our main income. Like we have a SaaS platform, agents are paying us subscription, but the main money comes from the commission. Like the developer pays commission to the agent, and he paid us a little bit on top. That is optimize his expenses for the internal departments. So for us, it's important to sell specific projects, and if leaders as well are interested in this, we could do it. And I find out one interesting thing that. There were several occasions where somebody was offering us money to invest. So on several occasions, we've been approached, and somebody was offering us investments.
But were you raising, or they were just approaching you? They wanted to invest?
No, they were approaching us, and hey, like, are you raising? They were asking this. Obviously, we are trying to protect the equity and other things, and we were thinking, okay, let us get higher like revenue so we can increase the valuation. And but at some points we were thinking, Jesus, maybe it was a good idea to take that money.
At least, yeah.
And now what I realized, that because we had these difficulties at some points, we adjusted the business model. While if we had funds, maybe we will try to push it through. Like, okay, it's not a difficulty. Maybe we don't have enough money. Let's put more money over there.
Let's put more into marketing. Let's get more agents.
And we would try to solve the problem that we shouldn't solve. And because of these several stages that we went through, and we realized, like, okay, this is not working. Let's go here. Let's go here. Let's go there. Now I see the benefits of working in the small company where you are flexible to do this. Okay, now let's change this. And another huge advantage that I saw is like, it's better to raise later than earlier, and
with a high evaluation rather than earlier at selling equities.
And when you have a proper foundation as the product, because you might think, yes, this is the right formula, but then you realize, yes, I need the company leader, I need this, I need that. We need to motivate the agents to do what we need to do, and etc.
It's actually a good lesson for those who are starting their startups, and I've seen several times when the people come with the ideas. They don't believe into the idea 100%. They believe that they want to use the hype of AI development and technology, raise a little bit of money, use the money to develop something, an MVP, and then exit it without realizing that, okay, it requires time and work. In your case with Reelly, you guys believe in it 100%. You have the strategy to exit, and refusing to sell equities at the earlier stage actually, as you said, helped you to, when it's like when you do without money. Let's fix the problem without money, because with money it's easier. So you close the eyes, you dump the money, you put it into marketing, and maybe by the time you realize you already wasted the money of investor, now is the time to open another round.
And it's that's definitely a problem. But obviously we had a small advantage that we could bootstrap it. We had something in our pockets.
Yeah. Wow.
To help the company run.
So, coming back to having startup in Dubai, the plus points and the minuses.
Like startup,
like
venture capital startup.
yeah, venture capital startup.
Look, we are just in the beginning of the huge wave that is coming out here.
Yeah.
The big minus is that when you are in San Francisco,
Yeah.
in Silicon Valley, you are surrounded by a lot of founders who are trying to solve something, and actually the atmosphere there is very supportive.
Okay.
Extremely supportive, and it's uncomparable how easy it is to raise funds there.
Yeah.
And obviously, like, we as well got an advice: hey, register the company in Delaware.
Easier to raise. Yeah.
Easier to raise. Investor understand it's better, etc., etc., etc. And there is this culture of venture capital world, and there are a lot of founders who exited their companies, and right now they're helping other founders to build something.
Yeah.
While in Dubai, or we can say in the UAE, we are just starting.
Yeah.
Like, one of the biggest investors here are the guys who exited from Karim.
Okay.
Yeah, they set up several funds.
Yeah.
The owner of Aramex, who sold as well the
Yeah.
shares, is very active over here. So slowly we are building
the culture is coming.
the culture here, and what will help us to build this culture are successful exits.
Yeah.
Because guess what? When I will exit from the startup, well, most probably I will be the venture capital investor myself, yeah? And I will see, hey, I know how it, like, I have an idea how it works, and I see, like, this project is most probably in the real estate. I understand this industry. I can help you guys.
Yeah.
And we need more exits over here, and it will help us a lot. And obviously, like, the Stanford over here helps a lot. Like, you have the university that, like, you work on the university. I spent some time in Stanford and Berkeley.
Okay.
And you walk over there and you see everywhere pictures of Bill Gates standing over here, some other founders. It's very inspirational.
Yeah.
It's very inspirational. While here we don't really have it. And in the end of the day, UAE is a relatively small market. Yeah, like real estate is big. Yeah, but if you're building a startup in UAE, still you need to penetrate to other markets. You need to go to Saudi, you need to go to Egypt, you need to go to India, to Pakistan,
to increase the capacity of users, especially if it's a SaaS model.
While in US you already have this huge market. Like, I was on one conference, and there was the guy who was providing services of like, he was cleaning the windows.
Oh wow.
Yeah, multi-billion-dollar business. Like, because he has so many clients, like in the state where he is. And he managed to build an incredible business. So market capacity there is big. So we don't have this culture. We don't have.
This is the challenges. No culture yet. It's still developing. No community of tech startups and founders who support each other. Yeah,
this is the big thing here.
Market, the size of the market.
Market is relatively small.
Yeah.
The advantages that we have here.
Yes, because you're still doing your business here. So what are the advantages?
Well, the advantages are that still, if we don't have this thing over here, we can see that it's keep on growing over here. I can say the support of the government, but we don't really, we cannot say that I really feel the support of the government. They're saying, hey, we will support you. Tell us what you need.
Because by building the culture, what we've realized, what is the best in Dubai. So when they see errors and mistakes, they fix them. They don't try to squeeze them in. If something doesn't work, they change it, they adapt it, whether it's law, whether it's other things. Unlike other countries, so when they created a law, even if it doesn't work, they'll squeeze it in. Here they adjust. So that's why when they say, what do you need? Because we need to understand how it works. You come up with a solution, maybe we'll support it.
Another huge advantage that we have over here is that it's possible to see some business models that work somewhere else.
Yes.
And even if you take a look at the successful cases over here, like we have Karim,
Yeah.
big exit, Talabat,
Yeah.
it's not the business models that were created here.
Of course.
So it's possible to get something from here and there and implement it in the UAE market. And right now, Middle East and the UAE in particular looks like the best place to do the business.
And I believe here there is a huge chance that you can be number one in what you do. You can create a unicorn because it's a beginning. You are at the beginning of that era of startups.
Yep.
And I think the other advantage is nowadays, especially, it's easier to bring talent here. So when you say, come work for me in Dubai, we're doing something in Dubai, 80% of the marketing for Dubai is done by His Highness.
Yes.
Everyone knows Dubai. 80%. You don't have to explain what is Dubai. You don't have to now say it's a desert and camels. So people know Dubai. And 90% of the world today, they want to have something in Dubai. Whatever. Dubai chocolate. Look at Dubai chocolate, right?
Yeah.
Great example of marketing. You add Dubai to your business. It is Dubai business, whether it's chocolate, whether it's Reelly. And I think that's the best advantage we face here. That's why we still, regardless of challenges, regardless of that mistakes here are more expensive, regardless of any other factors, we still try to grow business and bring that culture of entrepreneurship, startupship, venture capitals. We bring here.
Yep.
And I believe that's why you're still here since 2011 with all the challenges we faced and ups and downs. I'm still here since 2004. And just to summarize on our podcast, if you could just give 3 or 4 or 1 main advices you would give to entrepreneurs or business owners or startups who wants to start or thinking of starting their business here or already here. So what would you advise them?
For somebody who wants to start a business over here, and if they're talking about the startups,
Yeah.
like one thing that we shifted in our mind was related to the profitability.
Mm-hmm.
So, like the rules of the game in venture capital are keep on changing.
Yeah.
So there is a specific period of time when everybody is paying attention only on the revenue.
Yeah.
Or only on how many customers you have, or only for how long your customers are using your service per day. Yeah.
LTV, yeah.
And right now there is like a winter season in venture capital world,
Okay.
and we realized that it's important to build the startup profitably. It's difficult for the startup to be built profitably because you always need to invest more in the tech. You need to more invest there and there and there. EBITDA is not something that exists in the startup world. You should always put it back to grow.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the guys who wants to start building the startup, find a way to start building it profitably. Without relying only on the money of their investors. And it's good to have as well a tech guy
Yeah.
as your partner. It's a huge advantage. It saves a lot of money. Yeah.
Okay. Great. I believe it was a very productive and short, right to the point, exactly what I wanted to have today. And it took us some time, but I believe that we are on the way to grow.
In the right trajectory.
In the right trajectory. Thank you very much, everyone who's going to watch it. And it is a huge honor to have today Donovan, Denis, the co-founder of Reelly, the AI PropTech platform, which is going to solve a lot of problems. But first of all, it's going to bring a lot of positive things and vibes to UAE startup world.
Thank you, Timur. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Yep.